Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of starting a candle business in 2024. If you have not checked out part 1, I would start there. The video is linked here and also down below, but make sure to come back to this one because it goes in chronological order from points 1 to 8. So today's video, I'm going to do the final 4. And yeah, I hope you found part 1 helpful. If you are new here, thank you so much for coming along on my journey. I am a creator, I'm an entrepreneur. I make videos about starting a candle business and my wellness journey, the life of an entrepreneur, and everything in between. I'm a big sucker for travel and adventure too, so sometimes I like to splash those videos in there too. But if you're here for candle content, don't worry, I'll have a lot of candle videos coming out this year as I am going to be celebrating my first year in business as of June 2024. So I'm not there yet, but I've learned a lot along the way. I started production of candles last winter, so kind of the whole process is definitely, I'm a year in, but I didn't start selling until June of 2024. So I've learned a lot and I want to share that with all of you, what I would do differently if I were to do it all over again, and just like the steps that I would take when starting a candle business. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive into some beautiful B-roll, because who doesn't love B-roll of candles? Want to choose a name. Now, you're going to want to choose a name if this is something you're taking seriously and you want to grow as a business. If you're just doing it as a hobby, you don't necessarily need a company name. I found this to be one of the hardest parts of growing my business and determining my branding and my vision was choosing a name. It literally took me like a year to figure out a name, because I had the idea in 2022 that I wanted to start making candles, but you know, the lack of space in my apartments and then just like, I don't know, a lot going on in my life kind of slowed me down. But part of it too, like making the big launch, was determining a name. I was like, I want it to be something nature inspired because the candles are nature inspired. I want it to be somewhat, I just wanted to give off a vibe that matched the aesthetic of my candles, and I just could not figure it out. I have a list of like 20 names, and then I would like ask my boyfriend his opinion, and I would ask other people's opinions, and like everyone had a different input. I even actually started my branding before I had a solidified name. I had my placeholder name was Dream Candles, and that felt cheesy. And so I finally decided on North Star Candle Co. And I came to that place because, well, I've always felt a connection to the stars. Like ever since I was a kid, I love looking up at the stars. I love dreaming. I have a star tattoo on my foot because that resembles like following my dream as an actor and working in film and television. My favorite actress, Kate Hudson, had the same one. So when I was 18, I got a star on my foot. Also being the North Star, which is like following your passion, following your dreams, and being in Canada, the North Star. It just felt fitting. It felt whimsical. It felt like it suited me and the direction, the vibe that I wanted my business to go in. And so that's where North Star came. And then I also really wanted Candle Co. to be part of it because Candle Co. sounds good and it helps with SEO and just like usernames in general. So North Star Candle Co. So yes, if you're going to do this seriously, if you're going to grow a business and you're going to want to get branding done, I would definitely pick a name. Jumping off that point into number 6, I would say if you're going to promote this business and scale this business, you're going to want to do branding, and you're going to want to work with somebody who actually knows about branding and can help you bring your vision to life. I ended up working with an old coworker of mine. She was a designer at the agency I worked for, and then she went off on her own and started her own business with her fiance. And so I will link their information down below if you're looking for branding help. They were great. Kate and David. Their company name is Coasting Created. So I will link them down below if you're looking for help, because they do website design, graphic design, logo. They basically did like a full brand pack for me. The only thing I regret is doing my branding before choosing a name. I was so excited to get started, and so I hired them to do my branding, but I still didn't know my name. And so by the time I was ready to launch and I had chosen my name, I actually had to go back and get their help with my branding. I actually had to go back and get their help to redo some of my branding, which cost me money that I didn't need to spend, because if I had just had my name in the first place, it could have just been done all at once. So I would say pick a name first and then choose your branding. And you work with somebody who does that professionally. Yes, of course, you can use Canva, you can use your own imagination. Like, I'm a creative person. I definitely could have come up with a vision on my own, but I think having like my brand colors, the logos that look professional for my business. I have my whole brand pack in Canva, which has been such a game changer, been so helpful. Just having like similar colors, similar text, and my logos, I just think it looks more professional. So I think that cost was around, like, when all was said and done, I think it did cost me about $500-600, but I have that now. It's all set up and I don't need any updates. So I do think it's worth it. I just would say make sure you have your name before you do any branding. But definitely pay for branding. Get a professional to do it, because they are creative. They are professionals for a reason. Set a goal or a date to launch. You need a deadline, and that was so crucial for me. Like I had said, I had started thinking about the idea in like 2022, and then there was all these reasons that were holding me back, and they were legitimate reasons. Like, I don't think it was the season of my life that I was ready to start a business and launch a candle company. But once I made the decision to test my jars, order my scents, move through with everything, I needed a deadline, because you're not going to have a lineup of sales just waiting to go when you launch. So I picked a market that I wanted to join. I ended up choosing early June Lilac Festival in Calgary, which is like a huge market. So I had to do it. The table cost was also $500. So like, I needed to be there to make my money back. So I had a date in mind. So when I started prepping everything in the winter, I kind of, I got everything in line. I started testing scents through the spring. And then by June, I was ready to go. I had all my supplies. I was also back in Ontario for about a 2-week period during May. So I was like, the crunch time was on by the time I got home. I was like, oh my God, I have 2 weeks until my biggest market and first market ever. So yeah, it put a fire under my butt. Maybe you don't work like that. I'm just somebody who, like, I need a deadline. Not that I like won't get things done, but I like to know when I need to get them done by. And it just like puts more pressure on me to just like go all in. And so that's what I did. And I'm really glad that that was my launch date, because things have just continued rolling since then. So pick a market, pick a date that you tell a friend, just tell somebody, make a commitment to yourself that you are starting on X day, and there's no excuses. Not at least, if you're really serious about this, just keep going, because nobody said it's going to be easy. This is a long haul project. Starting any business is not easy, and if you're serious about it, it's going to take time and hard work for it to grow. I know there's so much on the internet nowadays that businesses grow overnight, and that people make, $50,000 a month and within 6 months. And that may be true, but I would say most of the time it's not. Like, it often takes years of hard work to get to that point. I see women on YouTube talking about their candle businesses, bringing in thousands and thousands of dollars every month, and maybe they're super niche and they were able to get that following right off the top. But everybody's journey is going to be different. And so I would say, just don't give up. Just know that, it takes time, and anything good in life comes with hard work. So that would be my last piece of advice. Let me know, what else would you say, if you've done this before, if you started a candle business, where do you think one should start? And what are some of the tips that you would give a newbie? I am excited to see what my full first year in business brings. I'm excited to see what another second year in business brings. I'm not giving up anytime soon. Obviously, right now, I'm still kind of in that point where I'm having to spend a lot in order to make money. But it's definitely picking up, and I am proud of where I've gotten to in the first 8 months of business. So, for example, I'm doing company collaborations now. This is a candle I made for my local gym. Sorry, it's a little blurry, but they wanted a custom candle with their label on it. And so yeah, I'm working on just getting those all out. I've started selling them at the gym now, but I'm just prepping some more to bring to the gym tomorrow. So if you ever in need of, custom candles, I do that. I work with you to develop a scent, your perfect jar, and the perfect label. So I'm doing it for a couple businesses now, and I'm actually starting to work with brides as well. So if you ever need, bridesmaids gift, wedding favors, table decor, give me a shout, because I love customizing. I love customizing candles for people. I think it's really fun. I want to help other businesses. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Definitely let me know what you thought of part 1 and part 2, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. My next video that I'm going to release that's candle focused, I think is going to be about my step-by-step process on how I actually make a candle. Very basics, bring it back to the basics for people who are curious. And then maybe I could do some videos on like shipping and stuff too, specifically in Canada, because I know there's not a lot of that out there. But stay tuned every week. I have new videos on different topics. Today's Sunday when you're watching this, but I will also be releasing an episode of my wellness diaries on Tuesday, so a couple days from now. So make sure to check that series out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and big hugs. Thankful for all of you. Bye.